Paddlers around the world. This is Gary again with another crap paddling video from the California Center for Research on Advanced Paddling. This is a follow-up to my last video where I was working on 4 aspects of my stroke and looking for the perceptual goals that would be appropriate for those. Those 4 aspects had to do with position and coordination. One was getting the blade really close to the boat at the catch. The other was when to start applying force at the catch. The other ones were top hand trajectory, position and trajectory. But I'm going to focus now on the coordination of the leg drive with the catch, because when I was looking at the video, particularly this view, and I hope you can see both my legs and the paddle going in, I was concerned that my leg drive was being applied too early, and so I came up with some perceptual goals which could eliminate that and make sure that the leg drive was indeed all of it being applied to when the blade was in the water. But when I looked at the video, it seemed to me that my leg was going down before the paddle was touching the water, which bothered me, because I thought I had figured this out, but apparently it's not so simple. So the perceptual goals I have been working on, well, there's actually 3 here. One would just be to make sure you don't apply force until you, with the leg drive, until you feel some force applied to the paddle, all right? So something like this. I'm going to push it down. I'm not going to, I don't want to do this, all right? That's exaggerated. And I don't want to be so late like this, right? That's clearly much too late. I'm waiting for the paddle sort of at my hips before I even straighten my leg. So this shouldn't be hard, because you can see and feel the blade going in the water. You see it touching, you feel the drag of the blade on the water. You can see and feel your legs. You can see if they're bent, knee is up, knee is down, and you can feel when it's down. At least I can in my boat, because it's touching the bottom of the cockpit. So what's going on here? Well, I'm not sure. Maybe just a real hard habit to break. So let's do a number of things. I'm going to just try to do it by vision and feel. So now I'm going to wait till I actually feel. Now, this is a real low cadence, you know, about 58. Now, I think that's okay. It looks okay. Okay, now I have to learn to do that at a higher cadence, but I don't want to have that leg coming down too soon, because that's just going to be wasted motion. It's not going to be wasted force, because you really can't apply any force. I mean, this is nothing. It's only harder on the legs when the paddle is resisting the leg. So that's one thing. Another thing is to try to make it too late, as I was before. Now your problem may be it's already too late and you got to make it earlier. But if I was doing like this, clearly I can make it too late, and then just sort of bring it up, leg drive a little bit earlier until it's coordinated with the catch. The other perceptual goals I had mentioned were the trick of thinking that this leg, the extended leg, is being held against the bottom of the boat with like an electromagnet, and the only way that you can shut off that magnet is to touch the opposite side with the blade, right? So now that this leg has to be there, and this one is not going to be able to extend until this one is free to move up, right? So as I touch it, now it's liberated. And that may be useful. Keep that leg. And related to that is the freestyle long distance swimming stroke, which I talked about, where you do front quadrant swimming. You're gliding on one hand, and you don't recover that gliding hand. You want your vessel, your body, to be as long as possible, for as long as possible, and that stays there until the other hand, recovering arm, and hand goes in the water, right? So you're gliding, and you only do this. So the idea would be, in swimming, you're transferring that force to the other hand, right? This now is going to wait. So this one comes up and glide on that. So the same thing here, but we're going to glide on the stroke just finished leg and keep gliding until the blade comes down on the other side. So that should help as well. So I'm just going to try to do my best here and see what it looks like. And then maybe up the cadence a little bit and see what happens. That feels right. Just being patient and gliding on that leg, right, on the previous stroke extended, adds a little bit of a pause perhaps, right? Lets the boat run, as the rowers say. And be patient. So at a stroke rate of, what is this? Really low, 50 or so. That's easy. I'm going to try to bring up the cadence. The easiest way to do that for me is to make my baby paddle even shorter at 190. It was at 200 there. And let's see what happens if I try to get it up to around at least 70. And that may be 80. Still got to be patient. Feel that force. I think that's probably the best way. Feel the force on the paddle and then add to that force. Don't initiate with the leg, at least for me. Force first. Now. Okay, let's see if I can get the cadence up. Oh, what it looks like. That's a 70. It's about as fast as I can normally paddle. So we'll see what that looks like. And I found it really, really useful. This head camera, this is a GoPro Hero Session 5. They don't make them anymore. I don't believe it's the smallest one they ever made. I like it on my head. It has a super zoom setting, and hopefully I have it angled in a way so you can see my legs, my knees, and my paddle. And I can tell, looking at the video, what I think I'm seeing now. A good coordination. I should add maybe that Ivan Lawler, in his Richmond masterclass, talks about feeling pressure on your foot an instant before pressure on the blade. That doesn't work for me. It may work for somebody else because that makes it just too early. If I'm starting to move before the blade goes in. So do what works for you. And I'm still not sure on the exact coordination. I mean, should I start applying leg drive just as the blade is touching and going in, ramping up? Or should I wait until maybe it's halfway submerged in the water? Or should I wait until it's all the way submerged in the water? I'm still not sure exactly of the timing, and maybe that's getting too down in the weeds. I don't know. Okay, that's it for now. Getting over a cold, as you can tell from my voice, but feeling much better today. Okay, so there you go with another crab paddling video from the California Center for Research on events paddling in beautiful Marina del Rey, Los Angeles. As the boats are coming out, take a look at the boats. Fishtails.